In this video, I'm going to show you how I net these free profits right here trading horse racing markets. Now, I earned each of these profits from races which occurred at the Newbury racecourse, and this strategy simply worked on race after race after race. Okay, so what is the trading strategy that we're talking about right here in this video? So basically, with this trading strategy, we're looking to identify weak runners, or to specify that even further, runners what look like they're likely to drift out in price. Now, if you're not sure exactly what a drift is, here are a few good examples which illustrate exactly what it is. So as you can see, we're looking for a runner's price to start at a specific level and just before post time, drift out to a much higher level. So for this strategy, and for me personally as I'm a trader, I'm looking to cash out and hedge my position before the race goes in place. So I'm not taking this as a bet or anything like that. I'm effectively betting on the price movement of specific runners. And there are many reasons why I would place a lay bet on a runner in the anticipation that the price was going to drift. This video just covers one reason in each of the races that I show. Okay, so this is the list of races that we have on today's card that I've got loaded up on Guardian. We have various different meetings going on, such as at Newmarket and Thirsk, plus a few others as well. And if we have a look a little bit closer, we can see the highest quality races are the ones which are going down at Newbury. And we can determine that as the volumes that are traded at Newbury are significantly larger than the volumes traded at the other meetings throughout the card. So because this is the feature meeting of the day, it's ITV's featured meeting. It's on a Saturday. The races feature high quality jockeys and high quality horses. I feel like this is going to be the perfect racecourse to implement this strategy. Okay, so this is the first race that I'm going to show you. Now, you're probably asking at this point, what is the trading strategy that we're going to look at? Well, the trading strategy is actually pretty simple. Most strategies which make money are. And that strategy is laying at an incremental price point or a crossover point. So if you don't know anything, any number rather, on any of the ladders which is highlighted in orange, such as 2 on the favourite, 6 on the second, 10 on the third and so on, that represents a crossover point. And basically what that means is going up past the crossover point, the incremental difference is larger than going down past the crossover point. Take runner 1 for example, going up we have 202, 204, 206, 208, 2.1, and going down we have 199, 198, 97, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Going down we go down in increments of 0.01. Going up we go up in increments of 0.02. So what I've done here is I've taken a screenshot of the market at about 6 minutes and 15 seconds before post. And when I'm looking to lay at a crossover point, I'm looking for a relatively tight range on the runner and for the crossover point to be somewhere in between that range or perhaps down towards the bottom would be ideal. So you can see that setup is best illustrated on the first 2 runners. We've got Desert Hero, which is the favourite, priced at 204, and Middle Earth, which is the second favourite, priced at about 6. Now you can see Desert Hero has matched volume below the crossover point, but the bulk of the volume has matched above the crossover point and at the level of the crossover point. So I would say that kind of fits the criteria. We're slap bang in the middle of the range, but most of the money is matched above the crossover point, if that makes sense. Whereas the second favourite, Middle Earth, which is priced at around 6, is in a tight traded volume range, and again the crossover point is slap bang in the middle of the runner's traded volume range in this example. So what I'm saying to myself is one of these runners is probably going to drift up. There's a 2-to-1 ratio if you're laying and trying to make profit as the price drifts up past a crossover point. So you definitely wouldn't want to back at this level, but you've got to ask which runner is going to move in the upward direction. Now if you look at the first favourite, you can see 76% of the weight of money is on the lay side. So you can see across 5 ticks there's £3,313 queuing up on the lay side, whereas there's only £1,049 queuing up on the back side, which represents about 24% of the weight of money. And if you look at the second favourite, that's pretty even. It's more or less 50-50. The money's about the same on both sides of the market. So we can see there's more money on the lay side than the back side, significantly on the favourite. It's right in the middle of its traded volume range where there's a crossover point. And to add to all that, there is a big lay spike which has just entered the market. You can see right there, if you look at the advanced chart, there is a humongous spike which significantly pushed the price out in a certain direction. So these characteristics lead me to believe that the price is going to drift up on the favourite. So if we play the video, I'm looking to place a lay bet. Looking back at this now, you can see I've popped £100 in at 204 because I am expecting the price to drift out on the favourite. Once again, the runner's in a traded volume range, the crossover point's in the middle of it, there's more money on the lay side than the back side, and we saw a big order enter the market which could influence people's decision making. So we've got our first £100 into the market there. And at this point now, I'll be looking to add more and more money in as my confidence grows. I don't want to just drop in my entire stake, which will be about £500, because my confidence could change as the position advances and we get closer to post time. So I'm just gently iceberging in, and as my confidence starts to increase, as does my stake. So you can see I've got my next £100 queuing up. I've got £200 matched so far. And if we just fast forward slightly, so you can see I've got my full stake matched in the market, that being £500. I've got my offset orders set on the other side of the market in increments going up towards odds of 238. And now we're expecting the price to move up. I've set a stop loss in at 187 all the way down at the bottom of the ladder, as you can see there highlighted in orange. And that's basically the worst case scenario. I wouldn't let this price go any further than that against me. But I am confident that I'll be able to spot when the position's going wrong way before the price touches that point anyway. It's just sort of a fail-safe in case I have a bad day psychologically or whatever, however you would want to define that. So we can see the second favourite has broke down past odds of 6, and the first favourite has sort of creeped up past that area we was in earlier on. So that gives me confidence that our runner's going to drift and the second runner's going to keep making its way down. And you can see that has started to occur. The price has started moving up on our runner. Hopefully it'll touch our first £30, which it has done. And is it going to touch the next one? You can see that's the case as well. And can you see the clear correlation between the two? The first one's drifting up, the second one's coming down. They were both at crossover points and both in the middle of their ranges where the crossover points were. But we just had to pick which one was going to be the one which drifted out. If we jump forward slightly, you can see there's a big order appeared there, so I'm looking to get out of the position. And you can see a bit of scrambling around at the end, but ultimately we've made £21.69 on that trade. Now, if you want to start earning money by trading horse races on a weekly basis, I've actually developed a resource which will walk you through exactly how you can start doing that. All the information that I've learned and accumulated over the last few years throughout trial and error and trading in these markets, which subsequently led to me becoming a profitable trader, I've actually consolidated it all into this one resource. Now, within my series, I teach you one of my favourite trading strategies, and I teach you the best execution possible with that strategy. So in other words, when's the best time to implement this strategy so it's highly likely that it's going to pay off and go in your favour. Now, I've actually got the link to my pre-off horse racing trading series down below in the description box of this video, so do check that out. But I can hear you asking, why should I invest my time watching this resource and watching this series that you've put together? You know, perhaps you've already tried trading before and it's not really worked out for you. Maybe you've lost a little bit of money from doing this and you find it super frustrating now. No one's giving you a straight answer. You're asking things and people are answering you and giving you the direct help that you need to start succeeding and moving forward. I really resonate with that. I went through that for a good few years of trying to learn exactly what I needed to be doing within these markets. I would pick up odd bits of information here and there. Sometimes it would contradict each other. It was a hard thing to go through, and I decided to consolidate all this into a single resource so people don't have to go through all that tedious hard work filtering out rubbish from filtering out good information. And I want to answer some of the burning questions as well, which I don't see answered very articulately online, such as how you can trade the 2-minute mark, how you can spot just before a trade's going to go wrong so you eliminate any chance of those big losses, which is obviously a really annoying, frustrating problem in the world of trading. As I'm sure you know, I learned this the hard way as well. And things like how you can spot key indicators which will define whether the price is going to drift up or come down, and all those kind of things as well. So yeah, do check out that link down below in the description the next chance that you can. I'm looking to help out as many people as I possibly can doing this, and obviously you're no exception to that. So next time you get a chance, link down below in the description, have a look at it, check it out and see if it's for you. Alright, so we have a look at this next trade here. I'm going to use the same strategy again. We're going to be looking to lay the crossover point and back. Obviously at a higher level. So this time, can you see the crossover points right at the bottom of the traded volume range on the second favourite, James Delight, and the range is really, really tight on that runner. If you look at the chart at the bottom of the ladder, can you see how it's absolutely just pancaked out for quite a long period of time? The price has just not moved. It's stuck at odds of 6, and again we have that ratio in our favour if we're laying to back in near a crossover point. So you can see, same premise again, I'm entering some lay bets into the market and we're just waiting around for these to fill. Sometimes it can take a little while, but you can see what I'm trying to do here, trying to lay first, back second at a higher level, and because we've got a favourite which is in a tight range, you would expect it could get a little bit of backing support, and we've got a runner in the third ladder which is right at the bottom of its range getting backing as well. There's a few characteristics which would work in our favour if this price was to drift out on James Delight. So you can see my first £50 lay bet has matched up on the second favourite, and the position is now open. And if we fast forward a little bit, we can see I've got about £100 matched on this runner. £50 of my money has been missed as the price has moved up. So we've just got rid of that now. It's getting a little bit late to sort of chase the price around super high like that. But you can see we've got our position set. Stop loss goes in at 5.5. In the orange. I know we're looking for the price to move up on the second. Ideally we would see backing on the first or the third, or both of them would be perfect, and that will help push the price out on our runner because all the odds are sort of interlinked with each other on a betting exchange. So you can see the price has started to creep out on James Delight. There is indeed backing support on the favourite, Relief Rally, which is coming down towards its crossover point there. And you can see we're still getting quite a bit of backing on the third favourite, Mr. Sketch, as well. So those two things are helping push the price out, and there's backing on the fourth as it happens. So you can see we've laid at the bottom, we've backed as close to the top as we think the price is going to move. I've split up my orders, trying to squeeze out every drop of profit I can from the position, and hopefully we'll get our orders filled just before the price reaches odds of 10. I don't think it'll go much higher than odds of 10. I'll be very wary of that happening when I would have been doing this live, and I expect the price will probably not break up past it, and I'll be looking to hedge my position at any point now if I get the sense that the price is going to regress, because it's moved a long way from odds of 6 this. And you can see it's still pushing, but there just doesn't seem to be enough force to push it through odds of 10. I think this will probably be the point where it's finished, and you can see I've just hedged the position by using a keyboard shortcut there, which has left me with a profit of £22.60. Now, if you're looking for some top tips from me and advice explaining exactly what I'm thinking and how I know these things are going to happen, I've recently set up a new email list about how I got started with trading and all the little sort of nuances in between which have helped me continue to make profits out of these markets. I'll leave another link down below in the description if you are interested in joining my email list, and that email list is completely free to sign up. Once again, I'll leave it down below in the video description if you are interested in joining the email list. Okay, so the next trade here, this time, same strategy again. I'm going to use it on Goodwood Odyssey, third favourite. Can you see it's in a tight range again? It's near a crossover point, but it isn't super close to one, but it is in a tight range, and this strategy I still believe will work here based on experience that I have. There's much more money on the lay side than the back side, 70-30 almost, and I'm just looking for the perfect point to put some money into the market. And you can see my first £50 gone in there at odds of 7. That's somewhere in the queue behind that £400-500. Hopefully we'll get a match on that. Bit worried that the money's starting to run out at 7.2, and you can see it's almost gone at 7.2, so I think once it breaks that level that'll be definitive and we'll start heading up to high levels. So you can see I'm putting a stop loss in at 5.5 again, and we're just expecting the market to move up as opposed to down because of that natural inbuilt bias within the market, that 2-to-1 ratio. And you can see we had a big spike up there. Just cancel those orders and pop them back in at a higher level because I think there's a chance it could squeeze up a little bit further. Not super confident, but it's always best to have those positions in just in case the price does move up. But it does look like it's pretty stuck at around this level at odds of 8. And once again, I'll be looking to hedge my position if the market stays at this level for any longer than it has done already, I would say. And you can see it's just not going any further, this. It's just really stuck within that tight range. It's not going to be touching those £7. So the next chance I get where I feel like this has just gone wrong, I'll hedge the position and I'll take the cash. And you can see that's the point right there where I believe The trend's over, I've made my £11 of profit, laid at 7, backed it about 8, small move, same premise again, laying near a crossover point, has worked perfectly once again on this race.